the true esoteric scroll of Leviticus, Vayikra, and he called, not shouted, not posted, not hashtagged, called. Not a mountaintop thunder scene, not a conquering hero montage. Leviticus opens in a tent, a portable sanctuary, a moving between worlds room, and the first secret is right there. Leviticus is not a book of rules, it's a manual for proximity. People treat it like heaven's paperwork department. It's more like, if the holy is real, how do fragile humans survive being near it without frying their nervous system and tearing each other apart? So Leviticus builds boundaries, not because God is petty, because humans are combustible. The call that starts it all, and he called Vayikra. Not and he conquered, not and he flexed, he called. Hidden part nobody says out loud, Leviticus assumes the divine is not distant. The danger is the opposite. The danger is too close. So the book answers one question with relentless precision. How do you hold power, fear, desire, hunger, grief, and community without turning sacred life into chaos? Sacrifice was not paying God. It was language. Modern ears hear sacrifice and think bribe, payment, guilt transaction. Ancient Israel heard communication. Offerings function like a ritual vocabulary. Burnt offering, I'm here, whole. Grain offering, I remember where my food comes from. Peace offering, we are restoring harmony, often shared as a meal. Sin purification offering, something is out of alignment, cleanse the space. Guilt reparation offering, I caused harm, I repay. A lot of Leviticus is about repairing reality, not just being forgiven. Unclean doesn't mean evil. This is the part people butcher. In Leviticus, impurity is often about contact with death, loss, leakage, decay, and liminal bodily states. It's not a moral insult. It's a status, a temporary not for the sanctuary right now condition. Childbirth, skin conditions, bodily flows, touching a corpse, these aren't sins. They're human. Esoteric translation. Leviticus treats life like a charge gate. Some states are high voltage. You don't shame electricity. You ground it. Blood is not horror. Blood is life. Policy Leviticus repeats. Life is in the blood. That's not goth theater. That's theology. Life belongs to the source. Blood is used to repattern space. It's like saying this life energy is being returned to its rightful owner and the space is re-sanctified. A lot of weird details make sense if you see the sanctuary as a cosmic model. There's an inside, holy, outside, common and wild, chaos desert. Rituals keep those boundaries from collapsing. And yes, humans love collapsing boundaries. It's our hobby. Sara'at was not leprosy, it was a mirror. The famous leprosy sections are usually mistranslated. The Hebrew Sara'at is a broad category, skin eruptions, garments, even house stains. What's not spoken about? Leviticus is teaching that disorder can spread through a community like mold, not just physically, socially, spiritually, psychologically. The priest inspects skin, cloth, walls, because the sacred is not just your prayers, it's your environment. You can't chant your way out of a toxic house. Sometimes you have to scrape the wall. The scapegoat was a genius. Ritual of unburdening Yom Kippur. Leviticus 16 is the cinematic centerpiece. 2 goats, one is offered in the sanctuary system, one is sent into the wilderness carrying the people's burdens. The scapegoat. What nobody says clearly, this is a public embodied ritual of collective accountability. It's the community admitting, we have accumulation, we have residue, we have harm, we will not pretend we're spotless. And then they release it into the place symbolizing chaos. Modern translation. Some of y'all need a scapegoat ritual that doesn't involve blaming your cousin, your ex, or the internet. Holiness isn't being better. It's being set apart for care. Leviticus 19 is the holiness code, and it is not just spiritual aesthetics. It's blunt ethics. Don't steal. Don't lie. Pay workers fairly and on time. Use honest weights and measures. Leave gleanings for the poor and the outsider. Don't exploit the vulnerable. Don't curse the deaf or trip the blind. Don't spread slander. Don't take vengeance. Love your neighbor as yourself. Yes, it's in Leviticus. The not spoken secret. Leviticus is not obsessed with rituals instead of love. It's obsessed with rituals because love needs structure to survive power. Love without structure becomes favoritism, chaos, vibes, manipulation, spiritual excuses for bad behavior. Leviticus says, no, make it measurable. Time is sacred technology. Leviticus sanctifies time, Sabbath, festivals, cycles. Hidden meaning. Time isn't just passing. Time is a container you can consecrate. In Leviticus, sacred time is how you prevent a society from becoming a machine that eats its own people. Jubilee is the part they keep quiet. Leviticus 25, Jubilee, debt release, land rest, servitude limits, reset economics. This is the section that makes empires sweat through their silk robes. Leviticus contains a built-in anti-oligarchy mechanism. It insists the land isn't ultimately owned. Wealth must not endlessly accumulate. People are not permanent property. Society must periodically undo exploitation. Esoteric translation. Holiness isn't just candles and incense. Holiness is systems that stop generational strangulation. The real occult of Leviticus. Here's the part that sounds mystical but is painfully practical. Leviticus teaches that the unseen world and the social world are braided. If the community is unjust, the sanctuary is polluted. If the sanctuary is polluted, the community becomes unstable. So the magic is boundaries, repair, confession without theater, restitution, rest, restraint, truthful speech, protection of the vulnerable, periodic resets. That's the hidden spell. Not because it's cute, because it works. Message to the collective of all Leviticus isn't trying to make you paranoid. It's trying to make you power safe. If you're called to hold influence, love, beauty, leadership, money, art, or spiritual fire, Leviticus whispers, don't just be gifted. Be clean in your dealings. Don't just be holy. Be fair. Don't just be spiritual. Build a life that can hold the voltage. And if anybody tells you Leviticus is just weird ancient rules, remind them. A lot of modern misery is just unregulated power with no cleansing cycles, which is basically Leviticus' entire point, told in desert-coded symbolism with goats and audits. And honestly, humans still need goats and audits. Different outfits, same problems.
Channeled by your architect musician, 36110, 27 palms of eyes. The golden whisperer, sea star, Devalan see all. Apply the news you can use, truth and accuracy. The real non-bedazzled jewels.
Throw me the rope.
To our beautiful collective, from our day ones to every new soul joining this journey, we love and appreciate you deeply. You've turned this space into so much more than a community, you've made it a family. Thank you, truly. Your presence, your energy, and even the smallest acts of kindness have the power to shift the compass for many in ways unseen but deeply felt. Here's to each of you, all new and the many more to come. We're just getting started and we're so grateful you're here with us. With love and infinite appreciation from the collective of Shaman Ahll.
You don't even have to say nothing, I already know. I know.